Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this new edition of Marshall Community Services News. My name is Doug Goodman, and for the next 20 minutes or so, I'm going to attempt to bring you up to date on what's happening in the world of Marshall Community Services. And of course, I'm going to begin with showing everyone our fall Marshall Community Services brochure. And of course, this came out in the middle of August, and it covers all kinds of programs, activities, events, number of different things that are happening in our community all the way up until Christmas. So if you don't have one of these, we have lots of them available down at the Community Services office, and we sure can get you one. But it's packed full of things you and your family, no matter what age, can do over the next several months. So we look forward to serving you as part of our community, and again, we encourage you to get involved with Marshall Community Services. As I mentioned, my name is Doug Goodman. I'm the Assistant Director for Marshall Community Services. And we are here at the Marshall High School, the newly relocated Studio One. And with me is a very special guest, and we're actually kind of doing a combo here, Alex Peterson, who normally is behind the cameras, running all of the Studio One programs, activities, recordings, things. I brought him on this side of the camera so that you get a chance to meet and greet Alex as we do this very first show here again at Marshall High School. So welcome, Alex.
Well, gee, thanks for having me. It's like, well, it's weird. I'm always here, but now it's weird to be in front of the camera, but that's okay. I'm sure it'll go well. That
sure is. And of course, over the last three months, you've been intrinsically involved in making this process happen of moving from our former location down on 3rd Street out to here at Marshall High School, which we're very excited about because some new, I guess, initiatives are being developed with our Marshall School District. We always have been taping school board meetings, city council meetings, and other, special events in the community. Yeah. But we're really turning a new direction. And maybe if you would share that direction with our viewers.
Sure. So kind of the way that we're actually trying to go now is instead of just capturing everything that's happening here in Marshall, we're going to try and narrow it down into focused things that we want to cover. Of course, we're going to do all of our obligated things, like Doug said. The city council, the school board, school events, those types of things. We're going to keep covering those. But we really want to expand it and open it up to all members of the community, not only the students here at the high school or the students in the communication study program at the college, but any community member who wants to be able to be involved in cable access. And that's what we're here for. We're community access. Anybody who wants to be involved to shoot something, to make their own TV show, this is a free and open medium for anyone to come and utilize, which I think is just a super great thing. And I want to make sure that people understand that it's not just us here at the studio with our limited staff doing everything. This is going to be a community involvement thing going forward. And I think it's going to be really exciting.
I do too, and of course, anytime you change things around, it takes a little time to get transitioned, whether it be the community church events, the Sunday services that are played back regularly on this station. And of course, I do want to mention, maybe I should have started with, we are more than just one station. Studio One TV is an entity of the City of Marshall's Community Services Department. Of course, that's why I'm here. But Studio One TV is a public education government access facility which provides tools with one another via the television medium. So you have the opportunity to view number of different programs, basically here on either VAST, and I got to make sure I got these numbers right. VAST is one of our charter, or one of our channels. That's 17 if you have VAST, or Charter Channel 180 if you're a charter subscriber. Two opportunities depending upon what you subscribe to in terms of your cable. There's also Tiger TV, which in charter is 181. Yep. I think in VAST it's like channel 95, is that right?
95 is the one, yep.
Okay. And then we're also, as you mentioned already, connecting and collaborating with SMSU and of course their KSSU station, which again on charter is 182, I believe.
It's actually 188.
188. And again, 188. They've kind of switched around, that's why I can't keep up. But as we become more prevalent out here as an entity at the high school, you're going to see more and more programming. We always welcome new ideas, of course. But then also I want to mention KSSU on VAST is 99?
99.
Okay, so there's obviously 3 different channels of programming in either VAST or Charter that you have the opportunity to watch some of our local community events, activities, school board meetings, and of course, you also have a website.
Absolutely.
That's probably a great way. Share that with our viewers if you would.
Sure. So we do have a website. We're actually right in the process of kind of revamping this and trying to make it more of a friendlier user experience. And it's also going to have a lot of our streaming. We now do live streaming of school board and city council meetings. We will do more live streaming of other events going forward. You can actually view a live stream of the channel itself. So if you are not a cable subscriber, you can still find us, which is really a good thing, I think. So really trying to expand and reach beyond just Marshall. We really want to try and make this an effort that, you know, kind of helps promote the city itself, you know, maybe help potential people who are looking to move here, you know, help them see what's all happening here in Marshall, because we have so many things going on that it's a great place to be able to find those things, especially if you're not from the area. But yeah, getting back to the website, it will be a much more enhanced user experience. It will be mobile friendly, so you can be on there on your phone, your tablet, your PC, anywhere. And it's going to be a very, very user-friendly experience going forward. So, and all of the local programming that we produce here at Studio One is also there. We do have a YouTube channel that has several playlists for different shows that we have going on, like Marshall News and Views, the school board meetings, city council meetings, all of those things. So you can find all of those at our website, which is marshallstudio1tv.com. And of course, you can also find us on Facebook as well. And all you have to do is just simply search for Studio One TV, and you will find us.
Sounds good. And of course, I want to again emphasize that this is kind of a 3-focus effort, or either be for the public or the educational aspects of our community and the government aspects of our community, so you can see a lot of different things. And if you would, in addition to that, what are some of the wonderful programs that are currently being viewed or showed on Studio One programming?
Absolutely. So we have our very standard scheduled shows throughout the week, like we always have. Obviously, a lot of our churches, you can see 7 or 8 of those every week. And those are standard. They film their masses, bring them to us, we play it back for those who are not able to attend. The other standard shows that we have are Marshall News and Views. That's a very popular show that's hosted by Elaine Conyers. That's just talking about things happening around the city of Marshall, just any sort of anything going on. It's kind of a free-for-all. Whatever's happening is covered on that show. We also have Senior Compass, which is hosted by Barb Lipinski. She is over at the Senior Center, the Marshall Adult Community Center. They talk about all sorts of different things that are relevant to our senior population here in town. And that's really important. You know, that's kind of a good way to keep everyone involved on what's going on, you know, things that are really prevalent to the senior folks, such as, you know, the new intersection at Saratoga and 23. They're going to be providing and doing a program all about how to navigate that intersection and how to do that. So we'll be sure to get that covered in the future as well. A couple of the other shows that we also have going on is obviously Marshall Community Services News. We wouldn't want to forget ourselves.
We are back.
We also have Tiger Talk, which features the superintendent of Marshall Public Schools, Scott Munson, and Doug is also involved in that show. And that's just to name a few. And of course, like I said before, you can see all of these shows on our website anytime, free of charge, at marshallstudio1tv.com. It is a mouthful, but you'll see it on the bottom of the screen. I'll put it up there.
Yeah, right. Sounds great. And of course, again, the opportunity for enhanced programming is going to continue to grow as we develop our studio here. And we are, again, just adjacent to the Marshall High School Theater, the Fine Arts Center, out here at Marshall High School. And I know we've been working hard with the SMSU folks to develop their studio out there and continue to grow that excellent program. So with that being said, of course, it is something that you can actually go back and see council meetings from, how far back can you go?
Just about the last year. We usually try and leave at least the whole previous year's worth of stuff on there. And again, we can probably start just leaving them there for eternity. So say if something happened a while ago and we do have the video of it, you can go back and find it. And I think that's kind of a nice feature to have, especially with as many things that are happening in Marshall right now. Say if you missed something, a big development in something going on in the city, go back and take a look. You'll be able to find it.
Sounds good. And the other thing that's kind of interesting about, of course, public access TV is that you, the viewer, if you're a talented individual or a musician or whatever, you have something to share with the community. There are some minimal guidelines, but you can actually come on and do your own show.
Absolutely.
And that's what's kind of great about public access TV. Whether it's your own cooking show or whether it's your own musical performance, you have the opportunity to share your talent, skills, and everything that you have with the public, and that's what's great about it. And it's exciting to have that opportunity here in Marshall. We've had a little bit of it, but it's been more playback.
Right.
Now we're focusing more on moving forward, more informational things. You've seen some of the recent developments in Marshall with the Red Baron Arena and Expo and how that's been developing. You mentioned the Saratoga Highway 23 pedestrian bridge, and how that J turn is going to impact our community, but just a lot of different things, and some of it's very entertaining, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's just it. It's a lot of fun for me, obviously, because I kind of get to be on the inside, which kind of sounds weird, but I get to experience it firsthand with the professionals, with the people who know about these things. And then not only do I get to learn about it, but I get to capture it and help bring it to you, the viewer, as well, to try and keep everybody up to date and informed of what's really happening around town.
Sounds wonderful. And of course, again, if you do have any questions as we wrap up this brief segment of the Studio One reintroduction, I guess I'd call it, into the community, how would one get a hold of you, Alex? And I know you got a number of different ways. If they have questions about what maybe they've watched or heard this morning or this afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching it, because it's on pretty much 24 hours a day, if you have questions or anything, Alex, what's the best way to connect with you?
So the best way to connect with us is by email, because we are kind of busy around here. We like to cover many things, so we're not always in the office. We're out shooting quite a bit. So email is the best way, and that is marshalltv@iw.net. And of course, you can find this information on our carousel, which is the scrolling bulletin board. You'll see that there's a ticker that goes across the bottom with all the different ways to connect with us there. So we have email. You can also give us a phone call and leave a message if we're not here, and that's 532-2337. Otherwise, you can even connect with us on Facebook as well. We do respond to messages that are on our Facebook page too. So plenty of ways to get in touch with us if you have any questions or if you want to become involved.
Sounds great. And of course, you're out here on campus at Marshall High School, typically Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 or whatever, but you're also out covering a lot of stuff. Absolutely. And you have a very limited staff, so that's why you're out and about a lot. But if people are interested, once again, whether you're maybe looking for potentially a little part-time hours, is that possible?
Absolutely, that's possible. And even if you're not looking for part-time hours, if you just want to volunteer your time or your skills to, say, record a sporting event that you're already going to because your child's in it or something. You know, if that's something that we're not able to capture on a regular basis, but you are at the games and you think you can grab a camera and just go ahead and shoot that game, we'd be more than happy to help with that. And then we could get that on our playback as well and online as well. So again, really trying to go for this community aspect, trying to get people from around the community involved with cable access, with community access TV, to just help better the community itself.
Well, and it keeps everybody in the loop and informed on what's going on. Of course, there are multimedia sources out there. This is just one of them.
Absolutely.
And as we continue to grow and expand and utilize our Marshall School District students along with the SMSU students, you're going to see many, many more positive things and really community-based things that are going to help enhance your lives as everybody likes to watch TV, don't they?
Absolutely, of course. It's everyone's favorite thing to do.
That's right. So if you do have any questions, once again, you can sure contact Alex. Again, email marshalltv@iw.net.
And
also there is a phone number, 532-2337. Again.
2337.
Alex, I want to take this quick time to thank you, and also to say you're doing a great job. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes on with this, and the move that occurred back the 1st of August.
Yep.
But we're happy to be here at Marshall High School and working with the university. It's really a great collaboration that I think will be very positive down the road. So,
absolutely will.
Any last comments before you go back on the other side of the camera and I do a little bit of Marshall Community Services news? Again, these shows can range from 15 minutes to a half an hour or so. Depends on the information we need to cover. But we want to thank you for watching this segment of Marshall Community News in terms of Studio One and all the great things that are happening here.
Yeah, actually, there's probably one more thing I wanted to cover. You know, like you were mentioning, we do have 3 channels available as part of kind of the city franchise, how that works. We are Studio One, so we are the public version, the public of the PEG channels that we have. That's why it's open to everybody in the community. Everyone can access what we have here. We also have the educational, which is technically actually SMSU. They are now transitioning to SMSU Media, so they're getting away from the old KSSU. They're kind of transitioning their program over there too. A lot of really exciting things coming up on the horizon there too. So they're the educational, and then the city also had a government channel several years ago that was just for community services. That then got transitioned here to Tiger TV. So we have 2 educational channels plus the public one. So just want to make it clear that going forward in the future, we actually do plan to move a lot of our school-based programming that we have going on from Studio One over to Tiger TV. Right now we're still in the process of kind of get that system back up and running. It's missing some things that need to be replaced, but once we get Tiger TV back up and running, then you can find all of our school-based things on Tiger TV, which is channel 181 on Charter and channel 95 on Vast. So we're going to do that, and then obviously you can catch all of the SMSU-based things such as the football games, the basketball games. The new show they're producing is called Ag Outlook, so you can find that show there. A lot of really good things going on. So don't just watch Studio One. We of course want you to watch us, but tune around, check out the other channels that we have in town, and you might be kind of surprised at what you can find.
Sounds great. And maybe one last question, real quick. How does one find out what's going to be on Marshall, our Studio One TV? Is there a schedule of like, okay, when this church service is on, or when Elaine's new show is on?
Absolutely. There's actually quite a few ways that you can find this information. The best one, and of course you could probably hear the announcements going on here, so my apologies. The best one that you can find is on our website, marshallstudio1tv.com. We do have an interactive schedule playback schedule on there that updates directly from our playback system. So it is always up to date with the most current information, so you can always find it there. The other place you can find it is actually in the Marshall Independent newspaper. They do have a thing called the TV View that comes out every week, I believe, on Fridays, if I remember right. It's either Thursdays or Fridays. And our entire weekly playback schedule is in there, plus the weekend playback schedule, because it changes pretty much every weekend. We've got different stuff that we like to air on the weekends. So you can always find us either online or in the Independent. And of course, you can also watch this channel. So whenever you see the bulletins coming up, you'll actually be able to see that we have our weekly playback schedule right in there. So it will just come up and say, you know, Monday, October, whatever. And it'll say all the different shows at exactly what time, so you can make sure that you don't miss it. But if you do, not the end of the world, because you can go online and find it as well.
What a great opportunity, and what a great way to share all the great things that are happening in Marshall.
Absolutely.
And Alex, again, I want to thank you for the wonderful job you're doing. I know that technology is changing so fast, from our cameras to the way everything is done, and I know you'll keep us updated on top of things. Absolutely. And again, if you have any questions, of course, check out the website. I think that's probably the best place to go to start with, and that's
marshallstudio1tv.com. And again, you'll see it right about here.
All right. Sounds great. All right, that's going to do our quick segment here with Alex Peterson, our Studio One coordinator, and we'll be right back in just a couple of seconds with a little bit of Marshall Community News updates and things that are happening here in October 2015. Thank you. Thank you. Again, Marshall Community Services is a program that is our brochure here, where we have programs scheduled all the way into December. If you don't have one of these, stop by the Community Services office or give us a call, and we will do our best to get you one of these so you can sign up for a wide variety of different programs for everyone in your family of all ages, and get involved with something, maybe learn a new skill, task, hobby, whatever. Get connected, Get out and get social and enjoy all of the things Marshall Community Services and our community has to offer. As I mentioned, this is kind of the middle of October. We've got a number of programs coming up. I brought some flyers that I think I'm just going to real quickly hold up because our time is running short. If you're an adult sports enthusiast and love to play volleyball or basketball, this is our upcoming organizational meeting. It's actually happening tonight at City Hall, but you'll still have about a week to 2 weeks here in October to get you or your teammates, your team signed up to play City League basketball. There's a number of different divisions. There's also a number of different divisions in volleyball, adult volleyball, whether it be co-rec, men's, women's, lots of great play happening in our schools starting in early November and going all the way into early March. So if you're interested in participating in our adult sports leagues, this is the flyer. You can call our office 537-6767 to get more information, a roster, what the fees are, etc., etc. So that's one done. Also taking place coming up in a couple weeks is our annual babysitting training clinic. This is very popular with our middle school age kids. In fact, it's for 11 through 15-year-olds where you can learn all the skills and the different things you need to know to be an effective and excellent babysitter. And of course, for a lot of students, this is the very first job that a lot of them actually get out, get in the workforce, learn all the responsibilities, whether it be how to take care of little babies, how to change diapers, how to feed, and all the nutrition, along with all the emergency things that you as a babysitter need to know if you're going to go out and take care of someone else's children, or even your own brothers and sisters. That's all important that you're the responsible one. You learn this stuff. We are working very closely with the Lyon County Extension folks. It is a class that starts on Thursday, October 22nd. It actually goes for 4 consecutive Mondays. It's after school from 3:30 to 5. And if you're interested in this, we do ask that you pre-register so that our instructing staff can get everything lined up so that when you come in, you're ready to learn how to be an effective and much better and safer babysitter with others' children. So that's that flyer. A couple other things, and of course I want to mention that the Lyon County Ice Arena is open for its final season. As some of you know, may or not, we are in the process of the Red Baron Arena and Expo is under construction as we speak, just out across the road. That will be a double sheet of ice hockey or skating, and that program will probably begin, or that facility will open the middle of next summer or late fall. But again, our ice arena, currently the Lockwood Motors Ice Arena is located out at the Lyon County Fairgrounds, and we now are open for open skate on weekends. It's family open skate Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights, men's open hockey and women's open hockey if they'd like on Wednesday evenings from 8 to 10. And then we have a number of other programs. In fact, I want to mention the Learn to Skate program. Now, this, I don't know the color of it. It's very bright. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. But we do have these flyers that are out there now because later on this month, in fact, on October 24th, that's a Saturday morning, the Learn to Skate program begins. We work very closely with our local figure skating club, and they provide us with excellent instruction where little boys and girls can learn from the very beginning skating techniques to up to advanced and even more advanced skating skills. In fact, a special thanks to that club for providing the instruction of that. If you have skates, of course, we ask that you bring those, or we do have some skates available out at the arena. And that also goes for any of our open Friday, Saturday, Sunday evening skates. It's only $3, which you can't do anything for $3 anymore, and you can rent skates for another couple of bucks and enjoy some fun times out at the arena, again, for all ages. And if you're interested and have more questions on that, you can sure call our office at 537-6767. So that's another flyer. I want to mention just a couple other things that are coming up here in October. I just made a quick list. Open gym volleyball starts at the middle school on Monday the 12th. If you're interested, and again, I mentioned that with your adult sports teams. Some teams like to get together and practice. Again, that starts on October 12th. Also coming up, there's some other community ed classes, and of course that's what Marshall Community Services is. Marshall Parks, Recreation, and Community Ed, a number of different things. As we roll into the fall, our parks are starting to shut down a little bit, getting winterized, those kind of things. Our recreation programs are always ongoing, and of course we have these community ed programs, which are an opportunity for you to learn something, meet some new people, get involved, and I guess that's kind of what it's all about. We have a couple classes called Planning a Confident Retirement. That's coming up on October 13. Computer classes, we have a number of different things, whether it's Excel for everyday use or Windows 8 or Windows 10, a number of different things. There's an Intro to Windows workshop. That's on October 20th. We have wills and probate. If you're at that boomer age and you're thinking, jeepers, we should do a family will or talk about the future. We have a special class set up. Again, that is on the 15th of October. That's right around the MEA break, so if you're interested in that, give us a call. We also have an American Heart Saver CPR First Aid class coming up on the 17th of this month. And of course, then later on in the month, a very popular class is back. It's called Beginning Photography 101. If you have one of those fancy cameras and you can't quite figure out how to do it, or how to work it, or how to get it to do what you want it to do, we have a very special class. Roger Schrader, our instructor, has a 2-night session of it. Again, that's coming up, Beginning Photography, on October 19th. Then also a couple other things. There's a class called Nutrition for Cancer Patients. That's a new class. We work with Joy Borboom. It's all about nutrition, and of course if you're dealing with that unpleasant cancer situation, what to eat is very important. So if you're interested in that, we ask that you pre-register for that. I mentioned another computer class, Excel for everyday use. The babysitting training course, of course, coming up on the 22nd. The Learn to Skate lessons on the 24th. Also at the arena, I failed to mention, October 30th, of course, the day before Thanksgiving, or not Thanksgiving, Halloween, I'm getting my holidays mixed up, is the annual Rock on Ice Halloween Bash Costume Contest. If you're in for some fun times and looking for some fun times, join us out at the arena from 7 to 10 on that Friday night, October 30th. Wear your costume, a little special discount to get you into the door. It's great music, great games, great fun, and even better prizes. If you'd like to come out, especially you middle school students, this is a great way to enjoy the Halloween festivities. And last but not least, just a couple other special events, and I'm going to share these with you even though we'll be back for a November show. A couple things coming in November. You'll see more information as we move closer to November 1st. But here's a flyer. This is something very special that I just found out about today. If you're dealing with dementia, this actually nationally known speaker, Jolene Brackey, is coming to Marshall on November 17. She'll be at the First Lutheran Church. You do need to sign up, pre-register. You'll see more information on this. Excuse me, but mark your calendars, November 17th. Again, people are talking about this lady already, and it's still about a month away. So get your space available, get signed up. I think it's only $10 to talk to her or to listen to her speak. But again, mark your calendars, November 17th. That's going to be a special one. And then maybe last but not least, I got a couple other things. I thought I had another flyer here, but I'm not seeing it at this point. A Diabetes Expo is what it is. It's coming in November. It's a special event. I think it's going to be out at Walmart. Obviously, dementia and diabetes are two major things that are facing our wonderful people here and all over the world. And the more information you can find out about them, the better off we all are. So if you're interested in that, continue to watch here, Studio One programming. Watch our local medias, newspaper, radio, TV, all of them wonderful places, and you'll see more and more information. We also have a radio show on Friday mornings and a newspaper column every Friday or Saturday morning with more information, more updates on what's happening with Marshall Community Services. So with that being said, I know that I just went over that 30-minute mark. And I want to thank you very much for watching. If you do have any questions about anything you've watched today or heard today, you can sure contact us at Marshall Community Services. Our address is 344 West Main Street. That's right downtown in the heart of Marshall in City Hall. We're on the second floor. We're open Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30. Actually, it's right across the street from the Thrifty White Drugstore, so if you're looking for a landmark, that's probably a good one to go by. And again, we have a phone number of 537-6767. We also have a website, which is www.marshallmn.com. And if you go on there or check out our Facebook page, we are involved in a number of different media ways to stay in touch with you, keep you updated. And again, if you have any questions, we ask that you pre-register for all of our programs, but you can sure call us again at 537-6767. Thus comes an end to our October 2015 Marshall Community Services News Show. My name is Doug Goodmund. I want to thank you very much for watching. And so stay tuned to Studio One. Keep fit, mentally involved, and enjoy life by participating in your Marshall Community Services programs and activities. Thank you very much. See you next month.